Thank you, everybody, for joining another episode of Mindful Mondays, the series where we share tips and tricks, bust myths on how to live a more mindful life. I'm Kanchi. I am the founder of Nama Meditation and a meditation teacher.
Hi, I'm Akanksha. I am a counseling psychologist and the founder of Psychologist.
So today we have a very interesting topic, one that you might not think is actually connected to your adult life, but it is. We're talking about the concept of the inner child. So Kansha, kick us off. Let's tell everybody what the inner child is exactly.
Right. So the concept of inner child was introduced by the psychologist Carl Jung. Now, all of us have a childlike self, and this is the sub-personality or the secondary personality that emerges when we are faced with challenges. It represents the child that we were, both in its positive and negative aspects. It is the free-spirited, forgiving part of ourselves. It comprises of and enhances all our positive qualities. But ever so often, we are faced with challenges and unpleasant experiences where, for example, you might have a snarky comment from a coworker or an argument with a partner that leaves you feeling like your 6-year-old self again. This is your inner child appearing. Not only does the inner child house our positive experiences and qualities, but it also holds our childhood traumas, fears, pain, and anger. The wounded inner child is the part of us that automatically reacts to challenges in our life by either lashing out or withdrawing or freezing or fawning. Now these fight or flight or freeze or fawn responses are what have protected us in our childhood and helped us to survive. But as adults, if we want to live in an authentic and healthy way, it is essential to get to the root cause of all our issues. So accessing the inner child not only helps to identify our unmet needs and recognize what it is that is holding us back, but it also helps us to resolve our unhelpful patterns in our thinking and behavior, and it helps us to increase our creativity. It helps us to promote self-respect and self-care. So it has a host of different benefits. And one of the key tools that we use to access our inner child is mindfulness. So Kanchi, can you tell us how being mindful can help us to access our inner child?
Yeah, so we live our day-to-day life with the sum of all our experiences. We have every interaction that we have, we come with those experiences. So for example, we are here right now, Akanksha is here, I'm here, people watching. We come here encompassing not only who we are as adults, but the experiences we've had our entire lives also as childhood. So in our childhood. So when how it's important to connect that to mindfulness is because when we are aware of how we behave, of how we interact as as kids, it helps us understand why we are behaving a certain way as adults. It helps us become mindful of our experiences, our behaviors, our certain patterns. I mean, some of us wonder, why do we keep attracting the same kind of guy, the same kind of partner, business relationships, work, and when all else fails, it might be actually useful to investigate if our inner child has something to do with that. So for example, when a coworker passes a snarky comment and you realize, hey, I am reacting to this the way I shouldn't be reacting. It doesn't make logical sense to me. So that's when that awareness is that's helpful in us sort of figuring out that, hey, this could actually be an experience we've had in our childhood that's affecting us right now as adults, and that's why I'm behaving like this. Having said that, one thing I do want to point out is that when we do connect with our inner child, or when we're talking about the wounded inner child, right, it doesn't mean that we had a bad childhood. It doesn't mean that our parents didn't love us or we were, neglected, or and some people did have that experience, and not to take away from that, but for most of us, is just realizing that, hey, as kids, we experience something, we have certain emotions that we didn't know how to process. We didn't process when we were kids. It's just that they've stuck on right now. Right, Akanksha? You want to add to that?
Absolutely. Just want to talk about the point that you mentioned, how we fall into the same relationships, the same friendships, the same kind of work experiences. A lot of that has to do with the fact that as children, we play certain roles within our families. Yeah. And as we grow up, we fall into similar roles because that's what we're comfortable doing. You see, we are familiar playing those roles. We're familiar with those relationships. So we attract them and end up in the same kind of situations where, like I talked about, how fight and flight and freeze and fawn, it helps to protect us as children. So those same reactions and those same patterns keep coming up again and again in our adult life. And like you said, that is why it is so important to do this work, to get in touch with your inner child, so that going forward you can have healthier relationships and you can live in a much more authentic way rather than just constantly reacting to all the challenges that life throws at you.
Yeah, and there are many ways we can connect with that inner child of ours. So one, there's of course meditation. There are meditations specifically designed for this. And we will leave the links in the comments after this live session. There's energy healing. So whether it's Reiki, Ho'oponopono, any other modality that, that are available out there, of course, with the help of certified professionals, there's one way to do that. I think, Akanksha, we were earlier talking about journaling, writing a letter to our younger self.
Yes. Talking to your younger self really helps, whether it is through writing a letter or talking to a photograph of your younger self or just free writing. It really helps to get in touch with your inner child. And another way is to kind of recreate the activities that you used to do as a child. For example, if you like to do crafts or if you like to play a particular sport, that really helps to bring back the memories of the experiences of when you were a child. Visualization is another excellent technique, which is also used a lot in meditations. And just, of course, therapy is a great tool to deal with all these issues and challenges that you face in your life.
Yeah, and it's not all bad, guys. It's actually beneficial to get with your, get in touch with your inner child, to bring out that playfulness, create a fun side that you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
yes,
the positive aspects of you will also come out like full fold.
Yeah, true. Is there anything else that you follow? Let us know in the comments. Any other ways you connect with your inner child? Or what else have you heard about this? We'd love your feedback. We'd love any questions that you may have. And if not, we hope you enjoyed today's live. We like to keep this short and sweet because we are mindful of your time, but you can let us know if you like a longer version as well. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful week and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.